there, curling fans, and welcome back to the 2024 Everest Canadian Senior Curling Championships. We have hit the end of our road here. We have draw number 22, our final draw of the event, and we're in the beautiful Moncton Curling Club in New Brunswick. I'm Dan Hollowaychuk, and joining me in the booth is Olympic gold medalist Penny Shantz. And our feature game is the ladies gold medal, Alberta and Ontario. And we will also have the bronze medal game, Quebec and Nova Scotia. We'll be providing you with some updates on that. And we are also streaming that game as well. Penny, you want to let us know who's out there?
I do, and I'm super excited about this game because these two teams have been the best all week, and they're friends, and I love them both, everybody out there. So I'm excited to announce that the Alberta team is skipped by Atina Ford Johnston. Vice skip is Shannon Morris. Second is Sherry Pickering. Lead is Corey Morris, and they curl out of the Okotoks, Calgary, Irricana, and Sherwood Park Curling Club. The Ontario team, which holds a lot of experience on this team, they're out of the Mississauga Curling Club. Skip is Joanne Rizzo. Vice skip is Janet Murphy. Second is Lori Eddy. Lead is Mary Chilvers. And the coach is Daryl Nolan.
Okay, and if you were with us earlier today, you did get a chance to watch a great gold medal matchup. Congratulations going out to the Saskatchewan, Randy Bryden, Troy Robinson, Russ Bryden, and Chris Semenchuk, our gold medal winners. Consolation going to Alberta with silver, James Paul, Mark Klink, Kelly Mothy, John Schmidt, and our bronze medal winners, Mark Kennedy, Mark Lecoq, Vance Lecoq, and Grant Odishaw out of New Brunswick. So good job for all those guys and their medals. We've got the medal table out here over to the right, so all these girls playing hard for a medal, but not only that, chance to put that Canadian maple leaf on their back, represent Canada at the World Seniors and World Mixed in Fredericton, April 26th to May 3rd.
Top four.
Right, and Joanne Rizzo was the 5th player for Team Froud last year, Susan Froud, who won, and they went on to win the Worlds at the senior ladies. And
I believe Alberta, they got to the medal round, so got to the finals this year, so looking to get one step farther.
Right. They actually got to the bronze medal game last year.
So getting started here in our final game of the ladies gold medal matchup. Alberta with a rock in the top 4 on the center line. Ontario stay fairly clean out of the gate here.
So if you were going to look at key players on both these teams, I would say they're all key players. Honestly, they all have a resume that's amazing. The lead on the Alberta team is Corey Morris. Of course, she's a former silver medalist Olympian playing for Cheryl Bernard. And so she brings so much to this team. Mary herself, I played against Mary last year at the Canadian Masters. That's just one thing on her resume. And she was actually the MVP of the tournament there.
Okay. So we did just see our first miss of the match here.
No line.
Ontario failing to remove the Alberta stone. Sherry Pickering trying to put the guard up on this one on the center line. We are playing the 5 rock, no tick rule. This is the 5th rock, so they can remove this one after if it does stop on the center line.
That's good. Nice.
And a really nice guard there, right in the middle of the Everest logo, completely guarding shot rock.
And the Ontario team here, they never had an opportunity to play on this sheet. They were one of the few teams that didn't even get on this sheet. And so they had to use their time. You only get 10 minutes prior to this game just to see if they can get a feel for the ice out there. They did take the rocks off of sheet B. They had the choice of rocks for this game, and they chose the yellow rocks off of sheet B because they had no idea on these yellow rocks that were on the sheet.
Or even the red ones if they wanted to take them.
Yeah, they
did
didn't
have
know.
the choice.
So there is a book of rocks that they have, and they get, you know, information from other teams, but you know, they did have a bit of a disadvantage. Some teams came out here and they were on the sheet twice with both color of rocks.
Yeah, so maybe a slight tilt of advantage for Alberta, but with the record that Ontario brought undefeated through the round robin, through the championship round, they did get hammer and they did get the choice of color. And so far they did just miss the peel, but they got the one in the back of the house. So we have Alberta, Sherry Pickering, trying to come around this guard, get buried into the top four.
It's full 8. Maybe
Okay,
nibbling
Corey,
4.
Corey, finish it. Go. Okay, that's good. 14.
Okay, so that comes around about half buried.
Yeah,
Gonna see Joanne Rizzo, she's gonna try to move this guard off again.
Yeah.
Same weight.
She didn't indicate whether she wanted to stick around for a corner guard. So just playing to peel this off. Second stone, Lorietti. And both of these teams, their lineups, they play it conventional style, straight up, skip, throw, last rock, and call the game. This is close to running it back, but it will roll for a corner. So I like that better than just a straight peel.
I think so.
Try to get that deuce maybe in the first end.
Get some use out of it.
Yeah.
So we did notice that the earlier game it was tracking just maybe a little bit, not moving as much, but they clipped the ice, gave it an extra little clip in this before this game, and the pregame practice, it looked like maybe we were getting a little bit more curl again. So
Good.
I think that'll make it interesting.
Yeah, more finish. Both previous men's games had good games, both tied, going late into the game. So hopefully we can have the same happen here. If you want to follow along, you can go to curling.ca/scoreboard, and you can see the end-by-end results.
Very good.
And we are streaming the other game, so you can go to TSN Plus or youtube.com/Curling Canada, and you can flip-flop between the bronze and gold medal game. So Alberta with the guard up. Third, Janet Murphy, trying to remove the guard. There's a slight angle on this, so she can run this back and roll off the center line. It's really close. It's coming up. They get the double.
Great shot and rolled to a corner guard.
Both reds removed and a corner guard, so
That's just a great shot.
Nice one,
Start
Janet.
the game.
yeah, and this,
Here, top 8 foot's good.
I mean, with Alberta coming around this one, this just gives Ontario the chance, the whole 4 foot, if they do need to bail out. And Tina is going to get Shannon Morris with her last rock. Come around to this one. Try to stay on top of the tee line and perfectly buried in behind here.
I think we got to go. Yeah, we have to go.
Top 8 foot,
So
short.
we're thinking it's a little bit light early.
Okay, it's got to curl a lot. Let it curl. Let it curl. Short's okay.
So
Short's okay, girls.
short's okay.
Must be wide open.
Okay,
Yeah.
go now.
It will
Now,
move at
now
the
it's
end.
coming. Hard now. Corey's. Go.
Trying to get at least the edge of this covered so they can't roll underneath.
Sweet, 15.
Okay, at it, girl. Just over here.
So Sweeper's going hard for the weight and Skip yelling hard for the line.
Hey.
Who overrules who there?
10 foot.
So loss of the third rocks here.
Janet Murphy, she's the director of curling at Mississauga Golf and Country Club.
We'll find a lot of
Curling
curlers.
club.
Curlers are involved in the golf world. The 2 seasons kind of go pretty good together. Good hit and roll. Wanting to stay to force Alberta to play that open rock.
Very good.
Spins on the wide side, but it hangs on.
All right, we got to hit this stick here. Hey, let's try to come in. Do you like this?
It's very key for Alberta to stay out here. Maybe force Ontario to keep the play, because if they get a chance to go underneath there, they got a very good chance for their deuce.
9.5.
Okay.
Try to roll it in a little bit.
So a little firm control weight.
We played much out here, so.
Yeah, we'll keep a broom down.
Yeah. Got it, Tina.
It's a good comment by the front end. Early in the game, maybe a little bit of frost, so they're going to want to keep this clean. the broom down, get ready to go.
No. Clean.
So, got the exact weight that she asked for.
Whoa. Whoa. Sherry.
They're finishing this up at the end. Looks like it's coming up there really nice.
Yeah.
Rolling nicely into the 8 foot, so if they do come around the corner guard,
Sorry.
I think they could still get shot, but early in the game, John Rizzo just going to try to hit and stay out there.
So we
And
didn't get an opportunity to watch Joanne, of course, but when we did watch the Alberta ladies team in another game, an earlier game, their communication I found was the best out of all the ladies teams out here. They were
very
right
precise.
On it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Atina was very, very good.
Yeah, you'll hear a lot. It's almost like they got a lot of junior coaching experience because our kids, and they. The more conversation you have, the more communication you have, I feel like it's definitely a benefit, and you'll get better results.
Right.
10.
Whoa.
Joanne Rizzo just attempting to hit and stay here.
So 10 is a nice weight, control
Yeah.
weight.
This needs to come up a little bit. Get Shannon ready to go on this.
Really good, Joe.
It's going to hang around.
Let's roll to the middle.
Goes to the middle. Sneaking over there a little bit more. Gives Alberta a chance to hit and roll under those guards. And they can force a single here. So I think John Rizzo would have preferred to roll outward a little bit as opposed to this inward roll.
Yeah.
10 maybe.
We'll see if Alberta can take a little bit of advantage of this.
Atina's got a ton of experience too. Atina played, she was a 5th player on Sandra Schmerler's team in the day, and her mom, Anita, was the coach.
Same kind of weight?
10. This one will curl a little bit more.
Okay.
So a solid 10 here, I think.
Okay, we just heard maybe a little less weight than her last one. Trying to get this to come across the face a little. We got to be careful on the center line here.
Telling her what she thinks it's going to do too. Might have popped
Yep.
that out a bit.
Falling well right out of the hand.
Corey!
Trying to carve this one over.
She will get a nose hit for sure.
Yeah, not a bunch of roll right on the beak. Stays right there.
Nice control weight.
Beside it.
Yeah, she didn't want to get that on the other side of the line too early and roll right out. Give her an easy blank. So forcing Joanne Rizzo to hit less than a half a rock here or roll out of play.
Blank the end.
Go for the blank.
So good end by both teams.
Yep.
There's one, I think one miss earlier, but it didn't affect what happened.
Straight.
Yep.
Okay, 2.
1.5.
One and a half.
She did get the rock in behind the back and peeled it out, but they were attempting the guard. So Joanne Rizzo with her blank attempt, she lets this go pretty good.
Clean's good.
She's got good weight on there.
Yep, and it's running straight down the ice, keeping it clean. It's the half a rock, rolls out to blank the end. So the first end in our ladies gold medal match is in the books. We have a blank end, and Ontario will retain the hammer when we return for the second end action.
Curling means so much to our family. Obviously, it's a big part of our life. Isabella always says that she wants to be an Olympic champion curler when she grows up, which just melts my heart. But it also has shown them that if you work hard, anything is possible. If I was to ask them if they wanted to chase a dream, they believe that anything is possible as long as they put the work in, and it's because of watching us on the ice.
Everest is here to support you in the moments that matter. Learn how at everestfuneral.ca.
It takes passion and a whole lot of dedication to meet Cavendish Farms' high standards. To become an epic late-night snack. Part of the ultimate breakfast. And the dinner crew crowd pleaser. From Canada's favorite French fries to onion rings, hash browns, and potato tots, Canadians can count on Cavendish Farms to serve top quality every time. Cavendish Farms. Made our way, enjoy your way.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Everest Senior Curling Championships in Moncton, New Brunswick. Our feature match is the ladies' gold medal game, Alberta versus Ontario. We did have a blank end in the first, and I do want to apologize to all of our viewers for a little bit of a late start. We did have some good medal games in the men's that went right to the end. Some last rocks, and we had to allow the guys to clean the ice up a little bit here so we could get this going. But we are back live, and we are also streaming our bronze medal game on Sheet C that you can pick up on TSN Plus or youtube.com/Curling Canada. And many of the winners here are playing to get that maple leaf on their back and get to the World Seniors, and that's in Fredericton. And we have a lot of curling coming up in Canada here, and a lot of coverage. And the first event is also brought to you by IKS Media, who are doing the event here. We're having a good time with them. They're doing a great job. The Canadian Mixed Double Olympic Trials are December 30th to January 4th in Liverpool, Nova Scotia. And then that's followed by the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, February 14th to 23 in Thunder Bay. The Montana's Briar presented by AGI, February 28th to March 9th in Kelowna. The BKT Tires World Men's Championships is in March 29th to April 6th in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. And as I mentioned, the World Seniors and the World Mixed are also running at the same time in Fredericton, April 26th to May 3rd. And then after summer, you can check out the Canadian Curling Trials in November from 22nd to 30th in Halifax. There are also numerous other events.
There is those are Curl Canada sanctioned events, but there is the Canadian Masters that are being hosted by Sault Ste. Marie at the beginning of April. And there's stick curling too that they're out there, so there's a lot of events coming up. I know I'm excited about the Briar. It's in Kelowna, and I'm going to be heavily involved in that, so I look forward to all the curlers coming there.
Right in your backyard,
right,
just across the lake.
Just across a couple lakes.
I heard you're a pretty good swimmer, so
yeah.
Maybe I'll be frozen.
You haven't seen me swim.
Okay, into our second end action here. Alberta put one in the forefoot, and we had Ontario attempting the takeout, and it just ticked it.
Yeah, she didn't quite get it again. That happened to her in the first end too.
So Alberta has
she was just sliding down center a little bit and didn't quite get out to the broom, but her second one she hit and rolled out.
Yeah, so we see Alberta with the center guard here, and Joanne Rizzo not hitting the one in the house that is open. Trying to, I guess, execute a double and a hit and roll for a corner guard. So trying to get rid of that house, the rock in the house, and stay. We'll hit this a little bit skinny, make the peel, leaving Alberta with one in the forefoot. And Atina throwing up the guard. And
do you guys like here?
Oh, hang on.
Sure. Yeah.
Or do you want to keep going here?
I like that. I like top 12. Top 12, yeah.
Okay, let's go here again. Top 12 again.
Okay, just trying to cover this one up a little bit. Leave it biting the rings. Sherry Pickering, a little different delivery than her dad.
Yeah.
Her
Her dad is Pee Wee Pickering. He's a famous curler out of Saskatchewan with a massive backlift.
So Sherry with the no lift, and this would be the direct opposite of it. You can see her dad there with the rock well above his head. Smooth landing, Pee Wee Pickering, yes, very famous, Bob Pickering.
Okay.
So Sherry a little heavy on that one, gets it to the back four, leaving Joanne Rizzo with a double attempt.
It's interesting that Atina Ford's dad also played with Pee Wee Pickering. So these girls grew up in a curling club, like we did.
Yeah, both girls from Saskatchewan knew each other as kids growing up, and here they are 30 years later playing back together in seniors.
For another province.
And you find that a lot. A lot of people love the game. Doesn't matter where they move. They'll hook up with a team, play for that province, or move back. Nice shot there.
Solid.
Laurie Eddy with the double and stay.
Solid 10. Sorry, what?
10.
Just
Straight
this side,
10.
this side?
Yeah, solid 10.
Yeah.
So this is the Lonely Rock in play. So this should be a fairly fast end. Teams putting some time in the bank, both having 26 minutes left. Don't foresee any time issue with these girls. I think it's only the guys that were having any issue with the time clocks and getting down to seconds or half seconds left. We're trying to curl this one up a little bit. Want to stick around,
10-3, very
keep
good.
changing
That was good.
rocks, maybe keeping them hitting so they don't get a chance to find their draw weight.
I can tell you, right?
It's a very defensive game right now.
10-5's okay.
Yeah. Big prize at the end of it, so I can understand that.
That's right. Sometimes teams do that going into a final. They just play a little bit defensive, right? I'm pretty sure that with the experience on these two teams that that won't happen.
Yeah, we'll be getting into it.
10-5.
Joanne Rizzo, people would recognize her. She's been playing the last 5 years for Kerry Galusha and has gone to the Scott Tournament of Hearts out of the Northwest Territories.
And I believe she skips that team.
She did.
She holds the broom.
But she's not doing that anymore. She came back and she's, I think Mary convinced her to come and curl seniors, so she did it. She was in it a few years ago because I remember her at one of them and I think she lost the final to Sherry Anderson because that's what everybody did for 5 years.
Yeah,
right?
Sherry dominated the ladies here. Shannon Morris is wide open, hit and stay. We got this a little bit tight, so they jump it out of the hand.
Yeah, quick. Hard, really quick.
Corey Morris and Sherry Pickering on the sweep.
Got it. Very good.
Good job by the sweepers. Held that straight for the nose hit.
We do see that on sheet 3, the bronze medal game between Nova Scotia and Quebec, they blanked the first end as well.
This end has a few more rocks in play on their sheet. And as I mentioned, we can give you the live updates, or you can check it out yourself on curling.ca/scoreboard.
Yep. Hard. Right to it, Lord.
Both teams having to sweep these ones inside the 4-foot line a little. A little bit off nose, but rolls
10-3.
right splitting the center line and right on top of the Everest logo. A pile of rocks in the corner and only one in the house.
Same shot, just a 10. No hits good here.
Okay.
Not changing anything up. Just an easy control weight and hit and stay.
They both teams should be feeling pretty comfortable with what the ice does now.
Yeah, they shouldn't and know the rocks in case they have any different tendencies since they picked them.
Be a little up. Clean. Oh, Sherry.
This Alberta team throws a consistent 10 weight,
Yeah, and
and it works so well for them.
Works so much better, I'm sure, for the skippers to, get a really good read on it
You want to go this way?
when they get actually the time that they're calling.
Stand here more. Okay. What weight? A solid 10. Okay.
Solid 10 for Joanne Rizzo as well. She's a retired teacher, 5 times Scotties with Northwest Territories. I mentioned 5 times at the seniors. She was the 5th man for Team Froud last year. 2 Olympic trials with Sherry Madaw.
Okay, clean. No.
Yeah, long list for a lot of these ladies out here. Waiting for this one to come up a little. Wants to hang around. Doesn't want to give Tina the free draw chance, but this one's going to hang on. Tina powers that one out of there.
This side.
And she's going to pick a little different spot in the ice.
So
It'll curl a bit, I think.
Yeah, it'll be okay though.
Yeah.
Honestly, Alberta and Ontario have such
Playing
great
to,
teams.
Corey's
I'm
side.
sitting here thinking
In the house.
how hard it is to come out of those provinces. We always think that it's hard to come out of that in the men's.
What do you think? Does that feel
But
good?
when I look at Ontario has Sherry Madaw, Colleen Madonia, of course Marilyn Bodo was there, and so many great teams. You really have to, by the time you get through your provincial, you have a good chance of getting to a final in a Canadian because you've pretty much played the hardest teams.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of times you you play in there even longer, hoping that maybe some of them, you know, some of the greats have maybe had their day on the ice and are willing to move aside and give you a chance.
I didn't even mention last year's champion, Susan Froud, was from Ontario.
Oh, sugar. Okay.
So see, that was a good learning for Tina there, although she did throw it through. She did have the opportunity for a free draw, so fortunately for her, that wasn't a necessary draw against the whole pile. And downside here is that Joanne will just have an easy throw through, but she'll pick a spot in the ice that I think she might need later and see how this rock reacts for her. So Joanne Rizzo with her last rock in the second end with the hammer, having a free throw through.
Board weight.
And so that,
And that's it. Right through that's going through the house.
Another blank end.
Blank end for Ontario, who will retain the hammer, and we'll come back with some third end action.
You make moments like these possible.
From cash spiels to grand slams, club competitions to world championships, there's a lot to keep up with on the pebbled ice. Stay up to date with the Hardline Curling Show, your weekly source for everything curling, with the latest event results, breaking news, interviews with players, executives, and insiders, plus behind-the-scenes access you won't get anywhere else. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you don't miss a thing.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Everest Senior Curling Championships. We are at the Curl Moncton Curling Club in Moncton, New Brunswick. Our feature matchup, the gold medal game for the ladies, Alberta and Ontario. So far we have Joanne Rizzo blanking the first couple of ends. Alberta's still putting the first rock in the forefoot, and Joanne not willing to mix it up just yet. She's just going to hit these ones in the house and keep it open. And over on our bronze medal game on Sheet C, which we are streaming on TSN Plus or youtube.com/Curling Canada, we have an update there. First end was blanked. The second end, Quebec was sitting 2. Nova Scotia with the draw around, but didn't get enough to outcount it, so Quebec does steal one in the second end. So 1-0 Quebec in that game, Nova Scotia having the hammer.
10, Sherry, yep, gotta go hard.
So back to our feature game. John Rizzo hits it in the center, rolls to the outside.
Girls, hard.
Rory Morris
really moving out
Rory
there.
Morris is attempting the hit and stay.
That's good.
She rolls off, so
Okay, 9-5.
maybe we'll see some offense here. I think Joanne was waiting for a miss, and it took a lot of shots for that to happen.
Did,
for
and
this
I'm
Alberta
surprised
team.
that came up like that, because it really,
real fast.
or maybe she turned it in just a bit, because they went on it right away.
Yeah, there was an early call. Corner guard attempt here for Ontario to see if they can get some offense going with the hammer in the third end.
And she's going to the other side. We haven't really played coming around to corner guard on that right-hand side of the sheet.
Gotta be tight here.
40.
Line's great.
We gotta go.
Yep, come on.
2,
Yes, keep going.
So 2 is,
Gotta go.
and this
Halfway.
accounting system here is a middle guard.
Right here.
If you're using the number system, 1 being that spot right there just over the hog line, 2 in the middle, 3 short of the rings, and then for every ring you add another number to it. 4 in the top, 5,
this is
6,
the rock,
7 in the
right?
button,
So
all the way till 11 just through the
14
house.
on this one.
Did Tina call for this to go into the house, or is she throwing a guard now?
Top 4 foot.
Oh,
They're looking
top
for the
four.
top 4.
Make sure
Playing it
it's here.
fairly open.
Yeah, and this will give Ontario a chance to utilize that corner guide by hitting and rolling under it. So
Take a look.
Line's good. Just fighting.
looks like they're going to sneak this one over the center line. Make a little farther roll for this one.
We're trying to manage that one.
Yeah.
14-4 it is, isn't it?
What do you like?
Do you like coming around it?
Okay, I have a little story for you.
Want to go here?
Whatever you like.
Shorty Jenkins
it.
is Joanne Rizzo's uncle.
And
Shorty Jenkins was famous for being an ice maker in Ontario, and he actually created the stopwatch. Like, he was one of the first people timing the ice. He wore a pink hat, pink boots, and a pink leather jacket.
you couldn't miss him.
And he was, remember he used to do the Tim Hortons commercials going down the ice? So he taught a lot of ice makers how to make ice. And I believe he taught my ice maker how to make ice back home. And that is the famous Dave Merklinger.
So fast.
So passing the trade on to others, yeah, one of the big founders of ice making and a very familiar face. I think they even have Bonspiel's named after him.
Oh, the Shorty Jenkins Classic. And, you know, if you,
Yeah.
maybe not in the last 10 years, but
Yeah.
everybody knows Shorty Jenkins and remembers what a great ice maker he is. And I didn't know that he was Joanne's uncle.
Right up.
So he must have taught her everything that she knows about ice.
Yeah, and Joanne was born in Germany.
And so was Shorty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to our featured game here. Sherry Pickering trying to come around and get this yellow rock out. Sweeper's doing a good job holding it, but this does move here good. And they couldn't hold it. Chips the guard off and rolls through the house. So
what's
opportunity here for Ontario
to
hit and split the house up, and very patient for Joanne. You know, she waited for her opportunity to try to get this deuce.
Right.
So let's see if they can execute for the rest of the end. It's a long time to hold the split. There's still a lot of rocks to come this end.
Close, Janet.
Yep.
So Lori Eddy trying to just hit and roll a little bit outward.
Hard.
Really hard. Really hard.
This one's coming up on him.
Hard.
Might roll over towards the other yellow, leaving a double opportunity for Alberta. But those two rocks that close together,
Right in the middle's good here.
although they look
9.5.
nice and easy and close together, that's kind of your toughest double, because
It is.
you got to hit it right in the middle. You hit the one, you're just going to end up tapping the other one back a little bit.
You got this, Shannon. There's something there. Yeah.
So looking for the double here. First of
9.5.
thirds rocks, Shannon Morris.
No.
Big 9.
Oh.
No.
So she was a little bit out on the release here, and with that weight down the 4-foot line.
Gotta go, Corey.
Haven't moved much, so Corey trying to move this over.
It is coming up.
You kind of just hit and roll on top, which is probably just as good, if not a better shot.
And I think she is shot rock.
She just stayed for shots. So
Close.
Captain, gonna make them both go. Okay.
And now we have a
9-5.
pretty clean house again.
yeah, and Joanne here just trying to pick it out of here and maybe blank another end. I think if it was later in the game and she needed to do, she might just try to tap that red on the nose with that yellow out of the way. But it's still early and she's got control. So trying to peel this out. Not sure she can hold the shooter. Those two rocks are very close together and overlapped, but
There's a lot of
it's
weight
gonna
on
be
it.
if she can do it, this is the way to do it. She does.
Bounced it out sideways.
Yeah.
Great
These
shot.
rocks are from Curling Canada, not the regular club rocks here, so they are a little livelier than what you will find in a regular club. Where we're sitting, we can see all the club rocks off to the side, and we did see the ice crew come in here early and touch up their club rocks. So all the curlers that are in this club, when they come back, they will be treated with, I'm going to guess, some extra curl.
And you really wanted to go out there and try and throw with those rocks after seeing what they were doing.
And
doing to him, but
and we still haven't. I'm going to see if one of these guys will throw one after for us before they head out of here.
you probably
Shannon
wanna ask
Morris
the winning
trying-
team.
Good, nice shot. 10-4.
Santa Morris with a hit and stay.
Want to come the same way? Sure.
Do you don't like the freeze or anything?
Do you want
Ed?
to freeze?
I
You
don't
can
mind
try. Yes or no? Let's hit it out.
I would be
Okay.
surprised if they change gears here now this late in the end.
What weight do you want this time?
Throw 9.5. It's a little fresh out here.
Okay.
Okay, so just a hit and stay. There was a little discussion about maybe putting a freeze on there to try to get your deuce. Not having drawn out to this wings.
Yep.
Probably playing a little easier shot, not taking the risk.
Yes, hard.
Just needing to hit and stay here.
Curling pretty good here.
Yeah, it'll
But
come
she's
up
got it.
Great
Yep.
throw.
right to
Nice.
the nose.
Nice shot.
Is that where we had it that
And Alberta will try to duplicate that one. So just looking over actually at our
in the house here?
sheet C, the bronze medal game. Just a couple more rocks in play, but looks like they're just playing that one a little more aggressive than our sheet here.
Right.
Ours has been fairly clean, not a lot of chances taken by either team. So somebody's going to have to make a move eventually.
I agree with you. I think it's time.
Yep, smart, Corey.
Half your game's going to be gone now.
Yeah, and you
Neither
know
one
what? Alberta doesn't have the hammer. I thought they might have tried
Sherry's rock.
maybe to press them a little bit earlier.
Roll it. There you go.
So good hit and stay there for Anita.
Yours? That one was a 10.
Joanne will want to hit and stick around here, not giving another free draw opportunity for Anita.
And I think she'll probably want to try and blank the end now with her last rock and take the hammer coming in the fourth end before the fifth end break, right? Or fourth end break, I guess.
Yeah, hit and stay. I don't think we're going to see Tina miss a wide open shot here, so yeah, playing for a blank end here. So nice control weight. 10. What was the other one they were using?
House.
House.
House
There you
here.
go. Lots of terms. They all mean kind of the same thing, depending what team you're on.
Right there. You want to just over here is good.
I know I've used that line before, like just throw a house hit and they'll go, I've had teams look at me and go, what are you talking about?
It
And then they go,
depends
just
what part
okay,
of
forget it, yeah.
your country, and like you come out here and they refer to their third or vice skip as a mate.
Right.
Try to keep it.
So-
It's a straight spot right on there.
And as I saw with the Alberta men's team, they're calling it house. And of course, I was from Edmonton, so I know what that means.
You knew how far your house was.
That's right. I like throwing rocks at houses, right?
So Tina for Johnston, you watched, she indicates she wants to hit and roll, move to a little bit of a different spot,
No. Not yet.
maybe making John Rizzo's blank attempt a little tougher and maybe get a nose hit out of her.
Right. So Joanne Rizzo is already down in the hack because she knows that it's an open house. She's going to peel it out and saving some time on the
Yeah,
time
it doesn't
clock.
need any time. Both teams are allowed 30 minutes and one timeout. Your clock starts when the other team kind of exits off the ice, and it will stop when you go over the back line.
No.
So now they're picking a side. It looked like they're trying to roll it to the right.
Good.
One on the 4-foot line. Usually you can hold that pretty straight. Good job by the sweeper there.
She had good solid weight.
Yep.
So that's a blank.
Laurie Eddy holds that one straight. Joanne Rizzo hits and rolls out for the blank. We have another blank on the board. We have no score after 3, and we'll come back for fourth end action.
I love that curling is a team sport, that we're able to travel the world with friends and family and experience the journey with fans as well. The sport demands so much, whether it's fine motor skills or both physically and mentally taxing. And it's just a fun social sport that you're able to kind of make an extended family all over the world.
Everest is here to support you in the moments that matter. Learn how at everestfuneral.ca.
It takes passion and a whole lot of dedication to meet Cavendish Farms' high standards. To become an epic late-night snack. Part of the ultimate breakfast. And the dinner crew crowd pleaser. From Canada's favorite French fries to onion rings, hash browns, and potato tots, Canadians can count on Cavendish Farms to serve top quality every time. Cavendish Farms. Made our way, enjoy your way.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Everest Senior Curling Championships.
Okay.
We're a Curl Moncton Club in Moncton, New Brunswick. Dan Hollowaychuk here with Penny Shantz, Olympic gold medalist. After 3 ends of play, we have no score on the board. Ontario maintaining the hammer and blanking all of the ends so far. So, Penny, haven't seen a whole bunch of guards, and you know, I know throughout the years our sport has tried to increase the amount of, I guess, rocks in play, starting out with I think it was a 3-rock rule, a 4-rock rule, and a 5-rock rule. Now we have a 5-rock with no tick. But where did that all come from?
And you know, and we still don't have rocks in play. Okay, so the free guard zone actually started in Moncton. It started there was a spiel way back in the Bond spiel way back in the day. They were celebrating Moncton's 100th anniversary, and they invited teams, all paid, and it was
from
a single
around
knockout.
Around the world,
all around the world, and you played for $250,000 in prize money. Ed Lukowicz was the champion that year, and so at the event, though, what's interesting is Ontario's Russ Howard was there with his foursome team, and they suggested a rule change similar to one of what their team was practicing. And neither side would be allowed to remove any stones for the first 4 rocks, but the rocks were in the house and out in play, anywhere over the hog line. So then they adopted that rule. So it actually started in Moncton.
Yeah, modified it a little bit by just making it a guard zone that you wouldn't be able to remove them. I know a lot of teams will play and have a practice, and there's like no hitting till the last 2 rocks, so you know you always have a bunch of rocks in play. So the sport is working towards getting a whole bunch of more rocks in the house. But as you can see, it is still up to the skips to decide how they want to play the end. If you really do want to play it pretty clean, you know, you can put yours in the house, and you got to have both teams to play along with it. So
that's right. But I do believe that if it was Jennifer Jones and somebody put a rock in the house, she'd be throwing up a corner guard.
Some teams are very aggressive, and you know what? And I can remember Randy Furby. I think they were very aggressive. I know our team were aggressive. So these teams so far a little cautious. You'd have a hit and roll out here. So Alberta kept attempting to come around the guard left up there by Ontario.
Corey's rock, yep.
Just going back to that free guard zone, a lot of the curling clubs in regular league play don't play that because
the tick rule.
They don't play the tick rule, but they do play the 5-rock.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see they'll be maybe a couple years behind. You'll see as you know a lot of the I'll say the top teams, the events that they play in, they try a few different rules, see how it works, see whether, you know, if that's the way they want the sport to go.
Yep.
So Alberta comes up a little bit light on the come around there, and now we have
2 guards.
Now we have a couple of guards. Joanne Rizzo's going to utilize those, come around.
And honestly, I think we're excited. There's 2 guards in play.
Well, hopefully we get one coming around, and we'll have either a run back or another come around freeze.
Let it work, please.
Second stone here, Laurie Eddy. Coming around those guards. Sweepers switching to both to try to get it to curl around. Weight's fine.
Go edge to edge at least.
Just finishing in there.
Finishing hard,
But it's looking like it's going to be like wide open,
Just gotta let
leaving Atina a chance to tap that out and roll under.
Do you like hack again and then hit and roll?
Yeah, hack's good.
Hack or do you want board?
You guys like board?
Which one do you want?
Board, probably.
like we said earlier,
Hack.
they have excellent communication on this team. They don't stop.
Yep.
Do board.
All right, you got this, Sherry.
So playing it with a little bit more weight inside the 4-foot line. We have seen these kind of curl up on you.
Yep, Corey.
Trying to get by this red as tight as she can to get the little roll under.
Whoa! Shannon's rock. Shannon.
Maybe some solid board here, but it is coming up. I don't think she's going to roll under at all, but gets the nose hit, stays on edge, but as we've seen there, that was made with a lot of weight, so with quieter weight,
Get under.
you'll be able to get it to curl over across the face and roll underneath like she's
we'll go
indicating.
here.
Okay.
Just
Oh.
11.
So Joanne Rizzo asking Lori Eddy to hit and roll this one outward. I think if it's going to be inside and tight a little bit, she's going to try to play this to roll under.
So in 2013, Lori Eddy was on the team that lost to Jennifer Jones in the Olympic trials.
Down. Yes. 11 down.
So going hard for that Canadian Maple Leaf here. And this one does come up on her, and it's
Ticket in the house.
and squirt it off the back of that yellow. Spins into the rings. And does her shooter spin on? And it does.
Big Sam.
Those reds are set up for a double.
Mind this.
Yep.
And Atina's going to try to guard that one up.
And ignore that little biter on the outside.
What do you think is 15?
It's either, yeah,
I don't know.
just right on the center line's fine here.
I like
Even
this.
if we bite the top 12, that's okay.
I don't think she needs to come in. I think she can be
Well,
just outside of the house.
If she does, I think Joanne's going to hit that and try to put another one on the rings. And now you've got a bunch of kickers,
You got
and
some,
then you're probably going to have to start playing on the wide side and getting rid of those. So
then you're sprinkling rocks around, and it doesn't always
But-
work out for you.
does want to make sure that the double isn't available here. So needs to cover a good chunk of that one,
Just a tight guard.
biting the 4-foot.
Okay, keep it out
I
there.
think they're going to find this one curl up pretty good at the end.
Just a guard.
Yeah, keep it out
Sweeper's
there.
indicating it's not coming in, but it's sliding pretty good.
It's over curling. Can you bite the 4-foot or bite the 12-foot?
No.
Okay, well then.
Oh,
leave
so
it.
actually-
That's good.
Actually dies, they let it die, and
Very
it
good.
stops short of the rings,
Run it.
guarding a lot of that red stone that's in the top 4.
So a lot of teams, ladies teams,
What weight?
club teams, senior teams could take lessons on from Atina Ford's team on communication between the sweepers and the thrower, and
Right, had they not
Please,
communicated that it was stopping short of the guard and she's wanting the top house, they keep sweeping that. All they're going to do is make that rock curl over more and expose it completely. So Joanne with a run back attempt here, trying to get that one off the top 4.
Had to change it. I was going to try the other way.
Okay.
Good shot.
Leaves the 2 guards up and rolls the Alberta stone over into the open.
Top 4-foot. Top 4-foot.
oh, she has an opportunity to come around that
Yeah.
center guard.
Advantage Alberta here right now, sitting 2 in the house and coming around some center guards. They are Ontario's, so they can be promoted to put them in the scoring position here. So Shannon Morris
Top 4-foot, girls.
with her last rock in the 4th end.
Top 12. If you need to. Yeah, you can go if you need to. Line's good. Top 8. Okay, get it here. Get it here.
We're there. Sherry,
Hard, girls.
Okay.
Sherry's rock.
Sweepers think the weight's there. Now it's just a matter, you see them switch to sweeping, trying to make it curl more.
Go, Sherry, go, Sherry.
Trying to bury some of this around that guard and get in the paint and don't count the yellow, and they do.
Nice shot.
And you know, I think that's a really
Very
good
good.
position for that rock. Even if Joanne hits and rolls behind those guards, they can use that rock to slash up.
Right, and
get
it's fully open, so
Yeah.
they
If
can-
it was half buried, they wouldn't be able to use it.
Yeah.
And it's covering the 4-foot.
and it's
That's a nice shot.
yeah, that's what we call a power position on that rock. That's
Right.
controlling the top of the house.
Yeah.
Power position, that's new.
Power.
But I agree, that's great.
So Janet Murphy looking for a nice little hit and roll under. Ontario in a little bit of trouble here, looking at 3 Alberta stones. This one's curling up a lot going out to the wings. I don't know if she'll hit and stay. She uses her own to stop that one.
I think it's third shot, isn't it?
Yeah, I think she's a little bit outside. An overhead camera view does show that that yellow is maybe biting out of the rings, and Alberta's sitting 2.
We don't want to go to here, right? And if we roll a little bit to get shot, that's okay too. If it comes to here, that's fine.
So lots of cover for Atina to pop this one back into the 4-foot. She hits it on the nose, it'll be guarded, or anything a little bit on the outside. She can push it behind either one of those 2 yellows. So looking to top this probably maybe to the top 4.
Just gonna tap this straight back. Do you like that shot?
Yeah, I do.
We are sitting 2 right now.
Yeah, I like it.
When we play the tap, we won't be though.
Very, very clear comment there from Tina, right? Yeah, we're going to hit that. We're going to be on the rings, but that yellow's going to outcount us. But we're trying to put a better 2 in here.
15.
15? Okay. Let's make this.
So first skip stone for Alberta in the 4th end. Nothing on the board here. I think we're going to have a score somewhere along the board in this end. I'm going to top the 4, and this is coming up.
She's
trying to hold it out to make sure they get
there.
at least on the nose or a little bit in behind, and it looks like they will. Weight looks really good for the tap.
Great shot.
Raises it buried and keeps that hole closed on that side of the ice.
We played that in practice.
It's a good team shot. The team was on that, sweeping it real hard.
Yep. Now Joanne does have the run back here. If she makes it straight back, she could end up being 1 guarded. If she goes off the side and jams into the outside one, so you can try this one. But if she throws it over and jams it into this one, she'll roll off and open up the middle.
Right.
You like it? Yep.
So while she heads down the ice, I can provide you with a little bit of an update on our bronze medal game. We did have Quebec scoring 1 in the 2nd end, and Nova Scotia getting a deuce in the 3rd. So Nova Scotia is now up 2-1. Quebec having the hammer and sitting 2 in the 4-foot and guarding. So we'll keep you apprised of what's happening over there. If you want to follow along for the scores, go to curling.ca/scoreboard, or you can watch the live streaming on TSN Plus or youtube.com/Curling Canada. Joanne Rizzo's first rock here in the 4th end. Looking at 2 Alberta stones, 1 completely buried around the center line that she's trying to run back that guard on it. Looks really close on this one. Trying to hold that line, keep it on the straight side. Good sweep
got a
there.
Piece of it, yeah.
Good sweep by Lori Eddy. She almost tripped over the rock. She tried to get that last little sweep in there, and they did make the contact, but they did roll out with their run back stone. So Alberta still sits shot stone and 3rd.
And she can do the same thing, or I guess she'll just come around that and try and just come around the center guard. I don't think she has to play the tap up again. But what's easier, Dan?
Well, if she plays the top because of that angle and tries to put it in behind those yellows, it will open up the draw.
Right.
So tapping this on the nose would probably be her better choice. And you know what? She only needs to move it up a rock or 2. Obviously, the harder she taps it to the top 4 makes what would probably be the last rock for Joanne Rizzo a draw.
We don't really want to. We would like to get through the hole and get to the button.
Oh, they are drawn to the button.
But we can.
She said they could tick off the inside of the red one.
And you know what? They would split those 2 reds and probably sit 3. And if they just stay on the top of the ring, probably going to force Joanne to hit that outside one.
Right.
So 15.
And if it's staying straight, they can have it back straight, like you said.
So big rock. A lot of options on this. Atina Ford Johnston's last rock for Alberta in the 4th end.
Whoa. Whoa.
It's a little hot. It's got to curl.
Not
My
yet.
underwick. Play the ball. Play the ball.
Well, they could take a little bit less of that rock.
So sweeper's indicating that it needs a little bit of a wick. So now they've switched to the tap. but it's curling up on him.
Okay, well,
So
that's okay. She's sitting two.
sitting two. It is a little offset. I don't know how hard Joanne can throw this, but there is a double there.
Well, is there, or is that going to jam on that yellow rock on the side there?
It's a pretty flat double, so it should miss it quite easily.
Okay. What, feeling it. Yeah. Just what you just threw kind of thing?
Yeah, the roll's not guaranteed if I don't roll far enough, right?
It's pretty thin, eh? It's like here.
Not too bad.
It's here?
Yeah.
So it looks like a nice half rock double, which should clear that back yellow. So looking to come down off that into this one. This red should go by the yellow and out of the rings and make her count 1 and 2.
About a quarter rock. Okay.
Okay, quarter, a little thinner. Thinking a third, somewhere in there.
And you know, she's saying that, she's actually, when I'm a skip, I'm saying that to myself because your sweepers got their head down there.
They're not going to be
They don't
doing
know
the
what a
line
quarter
here.
or
They're
a
going to be
third is.
listening on this one because
Yeah.
so you need to hit this in a pretty precise spot. She can just play the hit and roll, and it'll be very close to see if she can get a shot rolling in off of this. So
She's close. She's got some weight on this.
Lori just giving it all she's got to get the roll. She's got the action, but it's
Over
that,
the
it's
top.
that one right in between, that little too thick and rolls over the top, and a little skinnier she'd roll under. But
And we have a score.
we have somebody on the board here. Alberta with a steal of 1, wrestles the hammer away in the 4th end. Alberta up 1-0. We'll be back after our break with the 5th end action.
Curling means so much to our family. Obviously, it's a big part of our life. Isabella always says that she wants to be an Olympic champion curler when she grows up, which just melts my heart. But it also has shown them that if you work hard, anything is possible. If I was to ask them if they wanted to chase a dream, they believe that anything is possible as long as they put the work in, and it's because of watching us on the ice.
Everest is here to support you in the moments that matter. Learn how at everestfuneral.ca.
It takes passion and a whole lot of dedication to meet Cavendish Farms' high standards. To become an epic late-night snack. Part of the ultimate breakfast. And the dinner crew crowd pleaser. From Canada's favorite French fries to onion rings, hash browns, and potato tots, Canadians can count on Cavendish Farms to serve top quality every time. Cavendish Farms. Made our way, enjoy your way.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Hardline Curling Show. This week on the show, more Grand Slam glory for the world's top-ranked men's and women's teams. Canada's best senior curlers meet in the Maritimes, and we take a closer look at the program that's helping the next wave of Canadian talent carve a path to the podium. The broom is down, so let's get started.
In some cases, they invented some of the tricks that are being used out there now, you know, some of the sweeping techniques and some of the deliveries where they're able to get curl out of a rock that maybe other players can't. You know, these players know all these tricks, and it's a pleasure to watch them out there. And they're competitive. I mean, there's a real intensity out there when the games are tight, and you see that play out in the late ends. And that's what's been a lot of fun talking to them. But at the end of the day, they come off the ice and they're sitting together at the table with their opponents and having a beer like it used to be.
So it's called the National Next Gen Program. Let's start with the obvious question. What is it and why was it introduced?
So our National Next Gen Program consists of teams that are under 21, under 25, and under 27. So we've got 11 teams in our program, and they joined our program in different ways. So the two under 21 teams, men's and women's, they won our Canadian championships last year. And the under 25 teams, they won our Next Gen Classic, which is under 25 men, women, and mixed doubles. And then we've got under 27 teams, men's, women's, and mixed doubles. And they were based on CTRS and CMDR through an application process.
And welcome back, everyone, once again to the Everest Senior Curling Championships in Moncton, New Brunswick. And we have a score to report here, Penny.
We do.
Alberta stealing big point here. In the fourth end, we now have Alberta up 1-0 over Ontario in our gold medal match. So I think we might see Ontario having to play a little more aggressively here.
Yeah, now they've got 4 ends left to score their points, so
halfway to a winner.
Right.
And just an update on our bronze medal game. We did have Quebec come back with a deuce in the fourth end, so they now lead that game over Nova Scotia 3-2. And Nova Scotia will have the hammer going into the second half of their game, the fifth end.
Right, but we're starting this end the same way. So Alberta puts the rock on the button, and we're hitting it.
Easy 11.
So sometimes with you know, the strategy of hitting that rock,
Very nice.
they want to roll it away from the forefoot. Now you might see them put the corner guard up. So taking their free shot at it before guard gets put on it, roll it to the side. Now if Fatina hits on the nose out here, then you can see Ontario put their corner guard up and maybe try to get the play away from the center for a while.
Right.
Corey Morris wanting to stick around here.
Corey's rock out here, another end curled on her.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
And this is like any soft weight out here, and you don't get a positive out there.
Okay,
We've seen it.
That's
Soft
at the
and-
back of the house. She might put up a corner guard now, I'm thinking.
Oh, I don't think she's going to touch this one, being down one.
Over here, still A.
There we go.
Yeah.
Come on, split, Laura.
So Ontario looking for a deuce or more here. Even though it is the odd end, I think they'll take their deuce as soon as they can get it. So lead rocks here for Mary Childers.
So Mary and Lori on this team, they have Two Girls in a Podcast. Have you heard of that?
Really good.
Two girls in podcast.
Oh,
I do.
No, it's not a Two Girls in a Game. Two Girls in a Game
Keep going.
podcast.
Across that
There we go.
Get
Yeah.
over, get over, get
They've been
over,
doing
get
it
over,
for
go, 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 go,
a
go, go.
long time. I think they have
Go.
10 seasons,
Oh,
and they've
that
taken.
must have been like at the start of podcasts.
Top 4 foot.
It might be, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Pre-COVID?
this way, Sherry.
But if you ever get a chance to go on and listen to them, they're really interesting. It's kind of fun. They've kind of put a stop on it right now, just because they wanted to focus on this team, and they don't really have time. But I think what happens is that they get together and then
Just by top 4.
they go, well, let's just do another one.
Line's
right?
good.
And you know what? We have a lot of curlers that have some shows out there, quite entertaining. You know, you can find them out there. just like you can find any of the games that we may have covered on youtube.com/Curling Canada. All the games here
Very nice.
are
Nice shot. Really good.
loaded up.
15-3. Very nice.
So if you miss any of the action, you want to follow someone along, you can check that out. So we have Alberta sitting 2. Ontario put that corner guard up, and they're going to use it right away here. Electing to come around that corner and ignoring Alberta's shot stone in the top 4.
Good.
Okay. Lots and lots of room.
Looks like Joanne's playing a little bit more offensive game here now.
Yeah, now,
which is great.
Now down 1, needing the deuce with the hammer to try to get the lead back.
Can take it back.
Are you sure? Looks like it's right here.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this one's a little bit open, so the sweeper's taking it
Hold it straight.
really deep.
Good call, Joanne.
14-2.
Nestles up to the back one. So that's second shot.
Down on this one?
Yeah.
Right on top of it. Here's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Tina Ford Johnston
Asking Sherry Pickering
to come down and freeze that back one. And you know what? She might want to just tap it and remove that red, and then that would leave her the opportunity to get rid of that yellow without anything holding it up. So
Sherry's married to Gary Bai.
great curling name.
That's a great curling name.
I want
to
to play with him and enter a lot of min spills under his name.
So you could have the Bai.
Back 8. Gotta go.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Back 8. Do you need it for backing? Yeah.
Okay, so Sherry's throwing this one. They did ask for the freeze.
Keep it straight. Forward.
Trying to stay on the nose of that, but want to bump it to get rid of that red one.
Good. Very nice.
Taps it off.
13-8.
She's now
Leaves it, but I
two.
think it's good enough that yellow would get out of there anyway. So
Joe, what was my last one?
14-2.
To the back. So, yeah.
Well, that's not as keen as
to the back. So 14, and a half is getting you around the tee line there. Depends on how much sweeping you're doing.
Weren't we at 15-4 at
We
one
were,
point?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you stay on the outside
Right as
the
keen.
4-foot lines, it runs straight and we get some really good time. So this one, right down the middle of the sheet.
Where?
We gotta go.
Top 8. Line down. Stay close to finish.
Top 8, as long as they can get it in there for shot around that corner guard.
It's to curl.
It's curly.
You can see both sweepers switching over to the one side, trying to sweep it over as much as they can, trying to get shot, finish it up.
And it's
Nice shot.
looks like it's buried pretty good.
Buried, shot rock, even though counts the one in the top 8 foot there.
Little bit more. Yeah.
There?
Yep.
Okay, it's shot right now. We could play hack maybe and get rid of it.
Okay.
Or we can come down to it. What do you like?
What do you guys like?
Hack?
Yep. Hack or board.
Do you like hack? Okay.
Hack? Yeah.
I think I like hack.
So you might see some skips a little more assertive. Tina relies a lot on her team.
Right.
For, I would say, maybe a group.
It's group work.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Shannon Morris, so she's trying to come down and tap that to sit 2.
Corey, gotta go, Corey. Gotta go.
Maybe a little tight on this one.
Yeah, girls. Hard.
Sweeping this hard to get it by. She's got plenty of weight to knock it out of here.
Whoa.
Sherry's rock. Sherry's rock. Sherry's
So that little extra weight, I think,
Very nice, Shannon. Really good.
I didn't hear a weight
11
communication for one of the first times on this team, and I think she's a little firmer than what they wanted.
I think so too.
And that's why Tina called for the sweep.
So now Joanne has the same shot again. She can make it better.
Yeah, right around this corner guard.
15?
And I don't even think she's concerned about being shot rock on this one. I think she'd rather over curl this and get it completely buried behind
Get it
that guard.
tucked in
Maybe
there.
even show a little bit on the outside.
No.
Yes, for line.
Janet Murphy
she
with
might
her,
have turned this a little bit.
her first one.
Hard line. Hard line.
Back 8.
Yes.
Looks like she's got room by this guard.
Hard. We're going to this.
Trying to squeak to get it by, but trying.
Gotta go.
Oh, she's
Stay
by.
on it. Just stay on it. Just stay on it.
Yeah,
Be a
trying to
little
hold
deep
it.
though.
Yeah, she was trying to hold the line there, actually stay on that back one, but it did over curl.
Tried.
So now Alberta sits 2.
Big Sam.
I'm going to try to choke off that corner guard.
There's this.
I think so.
We could do this. Can you come down and look at it?
They all go down.
Yep. It's not just the back end, the skip and the vice skip. The front end, everybody's going to give their input. And you know what? With all the experience that Lori Morris has,
right?
You know, she's seen a lot. All these players have, right? So
Camera, right? So
try to listen in and see what their strategy is going to be here.
This is playing into their game a little bit.
I don't mind
because
this,
they want to
for
come
sure,
around
but
the corner, right?
I don't mind this, like half guard, like tight. No.
Yeah, I
Showing
actually
them that
prefer.
side?
I would like to be
Yeah,
in the
I
house
guess.
a little bit, but
You want to what?
I'm thinking about being in the house a little bit.
Like here?
Corner, like a Christmas
like
tree
there.
thing. But
Yeah.
the problem is they do that, right?
Yeah, but then we have ours.
Yeah, we can't leave the roll.
No.
I think it's either
Either we use this as our guard and we come right here,
Yeah.
but we have to be even.
Yeah.
So there's nothing here, right? Or we come up front here and play in front of this,
Yeah.
and then they have to go after. They're going to play the double and the roll behind probably, and then this is okay so far. But what do you guys like?
Whatever you like. Yeah.
Okay, really good discussion there, but now they have to make a decision.
Right.
Button.
Yeah. And if
Their time was running.
that side?
Yeah.
Plenty of time still.
So it looks like they opted to guard or just come up to that red rock that's in the center.
Yeah, we're gonna hear when the sweepers call out the weight out of the hand here.
Right.
Because that ice could be for a few shots. Could be for a guard.
Just top 12.
There we go. So guarding their shot rock.
I think 16.
Top 12.
Yes.
And you know, and I think Joanne's gonna probably have to make a play on this one with her first one because if she comes around that corner, as we've seen, there's not much room to get shot rock and get around that corner buried.
Okay, so what about peeling the corner? They didn't even discuss that option.
Yeah, nobody came down and came up with that idea. That's another option.
Sherry!
They're looking to get this one to come up to fully guard that. Sweepers are dragging this one. Trying to squeeze every last inch out of it, and
yeah, that was hard.
That that pretty much came up to a full guard.
It's pretty straight here.
Yep. Okay, you got it, Janet.
So it didn't make the rings, and I think, you know what, this late in the end for Alberta, that might even be better than allowing them to maybe make the double and put another rock on the rings here.
Yep. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But it would take a couple to move that red rock of Alberta's out of the very back.
She got the back one too?
So she's trying to peel this and gets a piece of the one in the top.
Shot. Sorry.
That's a great shot, getting rid of those, but there is a couple kickers in the back 8 and a center guard and Alberta throwing.
That's right.
I gave you edge here.
So
To come around that, we need a little bit.
I don't know, I think they might have been happier with just a straight peel on that, but removing that one from the top 4-foot area, and Alberta trying to replace that.
Okay, let's make it to top 4 here. Full 8-foot biting the top 4 would be nice around the guard. I gave myself just a little more ice to really watch that. Hope that you don't hold it too much out here, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Alberta looking to put this a little bit deeper into the top 4. If it does come down to a draw for Joanne Rizzo, it'll be tightening up her scoring area. Tina Ford Johnston with her first rock in the 5th end.
Whoa, Sherry. Whoa. Whoa, Sherry.
Oh, looks like lots.
Whoa, Sherry.
This will come at the end.
Plenty of line up there.
Is it a little heavy?
It's coming down.
Come down.
It's coming down.
Yeah, it's coming down and it's starting to take the big curl here.
Whoa.
Whoa, it's wide open. Wide
Whoa.
T back 4.
Okay.
Right.
I think she was saying whoa to the rock. The sweepers weren't on it.
Yeah, this will slide full buried.
A lot later than that.
Pretty much.
But she's forcing the play to this side of the ice. Which isn't a bad thing.
But did come behind the tee line, and
Really came down at the end.
so Joanne can come into the top 4-foot here and force Tina to maybe move it around a little bit, making her shot for 2 a little easier. If she comes down and freezes, I think we're going to see Tina come down and try to freeze. So.
Right.
They didn't They didn't touch it.
No, they were calling like back and it just checked
Yeah,
up. So.
okay.
Ideally, I would like to stay in front
Okay.
a little, like leave half a rock space so
Yeah.
she has to move it. But
Okay.
So as we had discussed,
we kind of
Joanne Rizzo just wanting to be shot rock on the top 4 here
So
and force Atina to make a move on it.
Right. Good communication there too. She told her team exactly where she wanted it.
Are you bumping it a bit?
Oh.
no.
Okay, right to it?
Yeah.
I'd say like a 30.
Yeah.
Okay, I think they originally talked about coming up short, but she was
Now she's
asking if
coming
they
right
wanted
to
to
it now.
freeze to it. So
Yeah.
hopefully they
She
can.
changed her mind.
Hopefully they can get the. It'll depend on how hard she throws this out of early. So
No line yet. No line.
You
we'll
know, that
hang with
really
some weight.
took its time to come.
Yeah,
No.
a little wider line than Alberta Stone.
Yeah, it is.
Only curl and no bump. No bump on this line. No bump on this line.
So Laurier was trying to move that over.
Okay.
They tap it and it stays. I think Alberta may still be shot. That spun off of there a little bit.
Okay, so
You know,
let's
that's-
sit here. Let's just sit right there.
That's too bad. The ice
Because we don't need to
isn't
hit it
curling
right
as
the
much
first
as it
shot.
was, so we're not getting that nice
get there.
curl.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
It's kind of
Joanne,
disappointing to the
Joanne was a
curlers.
little wider on that line that we saw Alberta, but yeah, we used to have
Just
lots of
gonna be on the
finish.
inside of
Now we've
that
just
yellow
got
one.
good finish.
Shot, yeah. Okay.
That rock did not move hardly at all. Like what? It moved. It was in the 8 foot, wasn't
And
it?
her weight wasn't very far off. Like
No.
she got down to that one.
Side of it, okay.
That was about, I think,
Did chap off a little.
She
so
needs
Alberta
that
now,
rock that was on that sheet.
maybe she wants that number 5
rock.
yellow that
Yeah.
we had heard that everybody thought was curling a little bit
Yeah,
more. So
helped it.
you give that weapon to your skipper as long as they know how to use it.
Yeah.
So Tina Ford Johnston with her last rock in the 5th end here, sitting 1. It really put some pressure on Ontario here.
Okay, when it crosses that center, it might go.
So this one's a lot closer to the 4 foot line.
where is it?
No, it's not.
So it looks like it's hanging there and they're gonna tap. Talking about tap the yellow and rolling under. Comes up, taps,
Very nice.
Okay, she did have a little
Taps
bit
it-
more weight, so
taps it right out
Had way
for
more
Alberta
weight
to
in
sit
it.
4.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I
We just
didn't.
got to get in.
I take that. But all she has to do is come
yeah,
down.
same shot she just threw. And she had lots of room by the guard, so the guard shouldn't come into play here.
Like from there.
She's tightening it up to make sure that she
Run a bit straighter, hey?
does have enough weight to at least get
But
there.
geez, you really have to watch it because if you pump it up just a bit, it looks to me like this spot is really straightened up.
And if you give it any outward motion here, so
You're dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? And she could throw the exact same weight. That they didn't sweep that first one all the way.
No.
So with sweeping, that would be more than enough weight for the shot. So
Right.
I got a 28.
Yeah, 25.
Okay, so
okay, sweepers talking about the split that they're looking for here. So a lot of teams will do a split.
either back line to hog line or T line to hog line. What do you use? Any of them?
We don't use the split time
No.
on our team. Occasionally we'll do one, but most of the time it's just a look and feel that we look at. But
It's not a curl. Lori curl.
And I like one person to do it.
so it looks like they get Lori to do all the
Look at it's not moving.
heavy sweeping here, and that's what we talked about. This is
Oh.
heavy and wide, and this is
It's the worst
a
thing you
roll
could
out.
do.
Wow,
It's a big steal.
that is huge for Alberta. Steal of 4 in the 5th end, and Alberta takes a commanding 5-0 lead. We'll be back with the 6th end after this.
Curling means so much to our family. Obviously, it's a big part of our life. Isabella always says that she wants to be an Olympic champion curler when she grows up, which just melts my heart. But it also has shown them that if you work hard, anything is possible. If I was to ask them if they wanted to chase a dream, they believe that anything is possible as long as they put the work in, and it's because of watching us on the ice.
Everest is here to support you in the the moments that matter. Learn how at everestfuneral.ca.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You could throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Everest Senior Curling Championships. Here at the Curl Moncton Curling Club in Moncton, New Brunswick. Big turn events there. In the fifth den, Alberta stealing 4 on Ontario. They now have a sizable 5-0 lead. Big uphill battle here for Ontario. The rest of this game, Penny, that was a very late 4. Didn't really see that coming.
No.
John Rizzo had a very similar shot as her first one and elected to just throw that little bit more weight to make sure she was there. And you know what? It ran down the sheet on her. We've seen this. If anything is missed on this site, it seems to be on the outside of that 4-foot with a little bit more weight.
Yeah, she had to make sure that she didn't give it that little bit extra because it's not going to come.
Yeah.
She saw it on her first one.
So had she watched any of her 21 previous broadcasts on this sheet, that's what we're seeing.
Well, she actually did watch the game before and was asking us a few questions, but you know, it's
one thing to see it, and it's the other thing to really believe it and then do it out there. And you know, I guarantee she wants to have that one back, but she's going to have to try to orchestrate at least a deuce here, and then go on a stealing rampage.
And Tina's not going to be fooled either. She's pretty smart in the house, and as we saw her teams all involved, they wouldn't let her do anything too aggressive.
This is by association here, and I don't think any of them are going to be on the wrong page here. They're going to be trying to keep this clean, get the play in the house with a good lead like that. I think they'll be okay with giving up a deuce, taking the hammer, and then just trying to run them out of rocks the rest of the way here. So.
Whoa! We're over curling, and we don't want to give them go deep here. That's good. Nice shot. That's good. 14-8. Very good.
So let's see if John puts a corner or taps anything around. So
we have to.
Call as a corner guard. I like this. Still early to start moving that stuff in the house.
And now she's down 5-0. She's got to score. She's got to score more than one this end.
So just another update on our sheet C, the bronze medal game. Quebec stealing a point in the fifth end. Now lead that game 4-2. And Nova Scotia has the hammer in the sixth, down a couple. And if you want to check that game out, you can go to TSN Plus or youtube.com/Curling Canada. We are live streaming that one as well.
So Mary has come into the house. She didn't mean to do that. I think she was throwing up another corner guard.
They were looking for a corner, so Tina's liking this. Doesn't need to stick around, doesn't need any more rocks in play here. Sherry Pickering with a very low backswing.
Yeah, without the backswing.
But hit takeout weight here. Good hit takeout weight. Looking to hit and roll out here. Trying to hold it out.
That's good there.
That's good. So Dan, I noticed that
they could be sweeping that one right out of play.
Good.
They are setting up a banquet tonight for all the curlers. Everest puts that on as well, and this time I think we should thank Everest again for all they do for curling.
Yes, it's been a great week here.
I think so.
And yes, thank you to Mark Duffy and Randy Furby, who lead the charge on the Everest. They look after us senior curlers. They look after
club curlers.
And
they have a new one.
Adding new events into the fold with the North American, I guess, contest between the club champions of Canada and the US. And if anybody had a chance to check that out, it was broadcast on a big major network in the US, through CBS.
Right.
And a totally kind of different curling event where, you know, you got your rock handles that I really like you got a Canada rock coming down and a US rock coming down, bright lights, and lots of excitement.
The game was changed a little bit too. I believe they threw 7 ends in the game. and you could call a timeout, and your celebrity host, or it was Jennifer Jones and Matt Hamilton.
Yeah,
and
so
they
the
could go out
Americans
with
had
their teams.
had their person, and the Canadians had theirs, and it was a different twist on the game, and I think everybody seemed to like it. The response in the U.S. was a good one, and I think we might see more of stuff like that coming.
It was bigger than they ever expected.
Right over.
So you see Alberta here
Nice shot.
getting rid of the
They're sitting
yellows.
forward
However, they're leaving a lot of them in play.
At some point, she's probably got to go up and peel that guard off, too.
Well, if
No, I like a little more.
you're in the house and something goes around, I think we're going to see that for sure.
Right.
But if she has an open shot at it, I think she's going to try to either get it off one of her own to get it out. So just a tap back here.
Let's go more.
Looks like more. More weight.
Okay.
It's like back line.
Back line.
Uh-oh.
Backline, if she could get across the face on this one, which I don't think is going to get there.
She might tick off that
Yeah, you
front
don't
one a
want to touch that
bit.
top one and roll out. And sweepers don't touch it, but it does just tickle it, gets by, and
It goes out of the house.
jams on the shot rock. But once again, Alberta will love wide open hits for the rest of this end. Burning up an end is what they'd look for the most. So Shannon Morris trying to eliminate the lonely Ontario Stone in the top 4. Doesn't need to stay here.
Out there a little bit.
Doesn't need to stay. The swimmer should try to carve this over. Here it comes. Comes up nice. Gets a good chunk.
Nice
Have to
shot.
remove it.
Sweeping
Rolls out of play.
Nice shot, Shannon.
This Alberta team
10-2.
has a lot of great following here with them. They've got
Lot of family.
husbands and
Dads.
Terry Morris. Yeah.
Terry Morris, a lot of you may be familiar with him. He is the face of a lot of major events in the Edmonton area. If you've been to Briar or Worlds, usually you'll see Terry Morris's name stamped all over it.
He's chaired some of them, and
Yeah.
Shannon's mom, it was the name in Northern Alberta.
She was like Mrs. Northern Alberta Curling Association.
Right.
So good shot coming here for Ontario. Hits and rolls a little bit. Leaves themselves a good chance to angle raise that yellow into the red.
No, it just slid on the ice the whole way. Yeah.
Oh,
she loses
see
earring?
somebody touching their ear.
This is shot.
One thing we don't see in too much of the men's game is a piece of an earring falling out, but
losing an earring on the ice. It
So I
is.
don't-
It would be considered a burnt rock if it touched the rock.
you know it does. I was curling with Mark Johnston, and we had a skins game, and I had a little wooden knob on the top of my brownie at the time, and we're throwing a guard, and I'm sweeping, and the thing pops out, and it hit the guard. And this was for all the cash.
Right? Oh.
I had to take the rock off, leaving the hole open for the, I think it was,
Want to do that?
can't remember who came through the hole there. With a wide open hit, it went, but we had the guard made, but it didn't even affect the rock, but it did touch it, so burnt stone.
Burnt stone.
So I didn't see where this piece of earring went to, but nothing got moved. We have Alberta removing the guard, and then they'll be able to get that yellow out the other way. So Shannon Morris with her last rock here in the 6th end. Just a straight peel. They're on this really early. Yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa. So she's got to be really close to picking this out and rolling out.
See if you. Whoa.
Oh, perfect execution. Hits and rolls out.
Good shot. That's a 10.
Hit it, girl. Well done.
So kind of the same weight, eh?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joanne Rizzo, she's trying to freeze the back one here. No guards to work with other than the ones in the 8-foot.
So Dan, do you think Joanne should have maybe started her to get her two a lot earlier in the game, or is that just hard to say? It was just one end and it turned.
You know, they
there's
must
no
have
time.
talked about this with their coach ahead of time, how they wanted to play this game. They obviously felt comfortable, and they did have Alberta, waited for their miss to try to get their deuce.
Right.
That didn't work out, and then they were forced to maybe try to go a little harder, and you know, one miss, and here we are, 5-0 for Alberta.
Okay, nice shot.
Okay, doesn't quite get all the way back down.
Try this one, I guess, eh? Off of there. Do you like that?
I don't mind, or I don't mind just this.
Okay. Just that, as long as we don't
'Cause
jam it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a little sit.
So Alberta looks like they are second and third. Hitting, just trying to hit shot rock through
And
that hole.
First, second, and third, and
To stay.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah. You got this.
Okay.
So you're definitely going to see this one on that one side of the rock
Just a 10, and we have to stay on
for
this
the longest time.
on Sherry's
If she
side.
rolls out on this, I don't think she'll be totally disappointed.
We're trying
She
to
will
get it
have
on Sherry's
pretty much
side.
an open hit on the last one.
Jam it on
And maybe concede Joanne a deuce here.
We gotta
Doesn't want to give up
get
the
to
3
just off nose is good here.
and jam this one. So I think we're going to see
she's
this
gonna
one being
get
picked
an
out.
inside roll here, and it's going to roll perfect, and it's going to be tough.
You think she's going to come across
Oh,
the face on this
Tina,
one?
I don't know.
I
No,
don't-
she shouldn't be, but
No, she's.
I'm just saying it's going her way.
You're gonna have to go
Yeah.
hard to get a piece of it.
No. Yeah.
Get even a piece.
Well, I think the
Now that'll come up.
quieter weight. Yeah, this will come up.
You got it.
Good sweep
got
by
her
Sherry
piece.
to make sure. Knocks it through the hole, rolls out.
I needed a little less, and I was just.
Okay, Joanne's first shot. She's going to try and come around that.
Nope, she's on. I
she?
think she tapped to freeze that back.
Oh, I
one.
see the back one there. Sorry, I couldn't
Yeah.
see it from my
What do you think for back?
viewpoint.
You want right to it? Yeah.
So freeze the back one will mean probably Tina's going to try to hit that top one out.
14-6 on Janet, so it's not like slickety slick.
So
No.
still
It's not that fast.
still don't think there's any chance for a 3 here.
I think similar as your first one
Just
here.
a little less.
Actually, yeah, if she freezes the back and then Alberta maybe jams that back one, she may still have a chance. So not an easy road for Ontario here. So all you can do is make what you can and see what happens. Joanne Rizzo,
Okay, we're back to it, bumping.
Okay.
freeze attempt.
Have a little bit
They're indicating a
much
bump.
weight.
If they bump this out, you might just see Alberta hit this open one.
No line yet.
Bumping.
It's getting
The
better.
little extra weight's going to make it hang out
Down
there.
now.
Yeah, we're on the edge of it, but no.
Yeah, this will get to a good chunk of it, maybe even the nose. Don't know that it has enough steam to move it out, tap it back, so it works good enough for
Bad
her.
shot.
It's
She's
right on the
sitting
nose.
second and third.
Yeah.
Guess I have to come
Some-
to here, hey?
Yeah.
Get to there, and if we tap it, we should be second shot over there. So get to there and tap it straight back, so we bring that into play. Okay, so where's the ice here?
We're drawing there.
That was where Corey was, and that goes to top 4 foot.
I don't think we can get a 15
I think
back
I was
there.
taking less. Remember my taps?
Yeah.
Like here, maybe? We got to get to the.
14-3.
So the sweepers at the other end discussing the times.
Yeah, and so
Shannon.
I think if you're Ontario, I think mission accomplished here. You're getting your opponent to draw with a bunch of rocks in play, and
Anywhere in front
and
of
Ontario, they're going to need to come up with a special shot here to try to make a multiple score. So Tina just trying to come down to this, come right down to this yellow stone here.
to like over.
Maybe tap it and sit 2.
Okay, so 15.
Yeah, I don't think we can drag 15 to the back.
Okay,
I
because
think
know
I agree with that.
everything.
Because they were talking
So I
14-6.
think I have to think 15.
True. Your
Yeah.
first one from last end was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 15. We got it at Tina.
They think they can drag it. And they probably can.
Yeah, and
Pretty strong
these
sweepers.
girls are good sweepers and they have good judge of weight here.
Yeah.
4 foot.
Hard line.
I don't think Tina will be too far off on this one.
Gotta go.
You got to try to hold the line here, though.
To it. Hard line. Hard line.
And sweepers are holding this one out.
Get there.
They're trying to communicate the weight down. Got a 15-2 on this one. The weight looks really good.
Go hard.
It's deep enough so there is no double. Gets it into the back.
Sorry. I didn't want you bumping.
Okay, that's a good enough shot.
Yeah, I don't see any
We need to.
But
any 3 in the play for,
There might be a 2.
for Ontario.
She's got a
Like I
chance
said, I
for
think
2.
Alberta giving up a deuce to get the hammer back here.
Like what you just
a
played.
touch more?
Yeah, just what you just played.
Not an easy shot for Ontario for the deuce here. She does have to chip it by that yellow one and hold the 4 foot area. So
You got it.
Playing this one with some quiet tap weight, maybe an 11 just through the rings.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what they used for their time on this one.
Not to hit the yellow.
I think they used.
Okay.
Oh, these guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Ontario.
same room. I have to give you a tiny bit more weight. So
Okay.
maybe just a hair less.
Okay.
So last rock for Joanne Rizzo here in the 6th end. Needing to put
She
some
has to
points up on
score.
the board here.
Yeah.
Down
Has to
5-0.
score.
So she keeps tightening up the ice here and making me think that she's going to throw a little bit more weight. Needs to remove the red out of the 4-foot area and hold it with her shooter.
Back 8. Back 4. Back 8.
The weight is good.
Line's
Up back
good.
8. Now just trying to negotiate that red rock back and out without touching her yellow. Got it curling up at
Trying
the
to
end here.
just
This
chip
is
it
looking
out.
really good. Yep, perfect weight, perfect tap. Sits for her 2. And Ontario is now on the board, scoring a deuce in the 6th end. So Alberta still with the lead, 5-2 now. We'll have the hammer, and we'll be back
7th end.
with the 7th end.
From cash spiels to grand slams, club competitions to world championships, there's a lot to keep up with on the pebbled ice. Stay up to date with the Hardline Curling Show, your weekly source for everything curling, with the latest event results, breaking news, interviews with players, executives, and insiders, plus behind-the-scenes access you won't get anywhere else. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you don't miss a thing.
It takes passion and a whole lot of dedication to meet Cavendish Farms' high standards. To become an epic late-night snack. Part of the ultimate breakfast. And the dinner crew crowd pleaser. From Canada's favorite French fries to onion rings, hash browns, and potato tots, Canadians can count on Cavendish Farms to serve top quality every time. Cavendish Farms. Made our way, enjoy your way.
Welcome back, all you curling fans, to the Everest Senior Curling Championships here in Moncton, New Brunswick. We are at the Moncton Curling Club, and we've got a couple games out here, both medal games. On our feature matchup, our gold medal game, Alberta and Ontario, we have Alberta with a 5-2 lead going into the 7th end, and with the hammer. On sheet C, we have our bronze medal game. Big development there. Nova Scotia coming back with a 4-ender in the 6th end, now taking a 6-4 lead, with Quebec having the hammer there. That game is being streamed on TSN Plus, or you can go to youtube.com/Curling Canada. So Penny, we've had a great event here.
We have, and I think we should give a big shout out to the Moncton committee. They've had 135 volunteers doing several positions, from umpires, ice technicians, downstairs 50-50, drivers, you name it. And Lauren Milton, the chair of the event, congratulations on the success of this event and for hosting all these people.
Yeah, it's been fabulous, and you know what? And like I said, these guys have been at it hard. We did have the U21 mixed doubles here, so they've been at this for 2 weeks now, and they'll get a good rest after this game. I think we have a big banquet set up for everyone, and I think everyone's going to have a good enjoyment after this. So
right,
and
so thank you, Moncton.
Yes. And our winners here, not only will they get to wear the maple leaf, but they'll get another trip to all the way to Fredericton, New Brunswick, and it will be all the way if you're from far away. And I think whoever does win this will look forward to that. So in our gold medal game here,
We have a little bit of action. Joanne Rizzo needs to steal.
Yeah,
She does have her 2 guards up.
We saw her with the hammer early, playing slow and waiting for her opportunity. And it was actually Alberta that capitalized early. And then basically there was one shot a little bit heavy. And Alberta got a big 4 on them. So
stole on them.
They did get their deuce in the 6th end.
Okay.
We've got rocks in the house, 2 belonging to Alberta. Ontario does have a couple of guards.
And I'm thinking that as soon as Tina Ford Johnston from Alberta has the opportunity, she's going to start ripping those guards off.
And it'll be right after this being the 5th rock of play. Those rocks in the free guard zone can't be removed by Alberta right now. You can take out your own stone.
Right.
But Ontario wouldn't want to do that because they're going to need everything they can get here.
Everything is their friend now.
Lots of room right now. Wait only.
So Lori Eddy just coming in here, going to try to pile some rocks in the house.
Wait only.
Yeah, pretty good. Top 4.
Yep, finish it.
Finish it.
Yep.
Hard.
Little kiss. That's good. That's good.
Looking to put something in the house, frozen onto one of those, but it does sit in the middle.
We can peel. I'm good with peeling. And we can get to here though and tap it through too, right?
Okay.
Board maybe?
Okay.
Okay. Can you see any of it?
Yeah. About there, yeah.
There?
Yeah.
We want to get to the nose though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hack?
I think hack.
Hack.
Okay.
So Tina Ford with a 3-point lead here in the 7th. Playing a little bit more of a delicate shot, trying to remove the yellow stone and leaving the front guards up. If this is a little bit tight, they can peel the guard. They're on this really hard.
Really hard.
Sherry, a little tight on this one, and this is curling. And she's going to hit that guard and leave another guard, but opens up.
I don't think that's the worst thing in the world there.
Just tight.
So Corey Morris on the Alberta team. Her mother is also a champion. She won the 2013 World Senior Championships, playing with Kathy King.
Right on top of the red one.
So it looks like the family at this point in time might be putting another notch on a championship belt. They got a good stranglehold here, up 3.
Okay, wait.
And of course, Corey is an Olympic champion, silver medalist at the 2010 Vancouver Olympics, playing for Cheryl Bernard.
There you go. And just want to, once again, in case you're just joining us, a big congratulations out to our newest representative of, I guess, going to be Canada, the Saskatchewan men's team, skipped by Randy Bryden, along with Troy Robinson, Russ Bryden, and Chris Semenchuk. They did win our gold medal game earlier and will represent Canada at the World Seniors later on in April of next year. So, good job, boys. We're that flag proud.
Did you see me? Yeah.
If you can hear me, and if you haven't celebrated too much already,
yeah.
as you know how some of those seniors are.
I saw them in the Everest Lounge. They were having a few beer, and they also have all their wives and quite a entourage.
Yeah, so they'll be really celebrating that one.
Yeah.
And I should give an honorable mention out there also to the Alberta men's, James Paul, Mark Klink, Kelly Mothy, John Smith, who did win the silver, and our bronze medalists from New Brunswick, hometown, Mike Kennedy, Mark Lecoq, Vance Lecoq, and Grant Odishaw. Also the alternate, Scott Jones, and I forgot to mention Corey Wilson, the alternate for Alberta as well, winning silver.
Right.
Saskatchewan going just four-handed, no coaching, no alternate.
Got it.
Well, they're 5 years together as a team, so it's nice to see that happen. And of course, they're from Saskatchewan. Oh,
so we see
here.
Actually a lot of rocks in play for a 3-up match here.
I don't know.
This is going to be coming into the pile somewhere. Moves her own red stone. Ontario now sitting 2 in the top 4-foot.
She must have been a little outside on that.
I think a little bit of nerves are kicking in here for Alberta. They've been a A little tight on a couple shots, maybe hanging on to the rock a little bit longer here. So Joanne Rizzo is liking what she's seeing here in this. She needs to do a lot of stealing. Does have a couple guards, couple rocks counting right now and throwing, but Alberta with last stone.
Top 8, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
A lot of granite still to come in this end.
It's interesting that we're playing down that spot. It was a little straighter a couple ends ago.
So Ontario, I think, just trying to pile another one in here.
Line's good. Yep.
Janet Murphy with her first one. Trying to get this one by. And if this gets on the line early, this is going to start cutting hard. Sweeper's really trying to hold this one out.
Keep going, keep going.
Wait, tick a little bit.
Tick.
That's great.
Does roll off of that one.
Okay,
It's not going to hurt her.
let's run this here.
There is a little bit of a hole there
That way, okay?
that they could try to play tight, and if they miss it, they could open
trying
up.
to open this up.
But Tina, she's just opening it up right now.
You got it.
So just looking for the peel here. And Joanne Rizzo will try to have to guard those two rocks with one stone.
Sherry! Sherry! Sherry!
So looking for a piece of this one.
And she's got it.
Rolls away. Actually curled up quite a bit.
That's good.
But
Opens it
straight
up.
peel, opens it up.
Joanne will be putting up another guard.
So got to try to protect both of these stones with one rock. So maybe you leave a little bit of a hole on each side.
Yeah.
Trying to split the gap in this between those two stones out in front of the rings. Last rock here for Janet Murphy in the 7th end.
3,
2.5.
line's good.
So
Easy.
this weight's going to be tight to the rings, but I think the line is the most critical. Just filling the hole. Then I think we'll see Tina just open this up again.
So Janet Murphy is the board chair for the Sandra Schmirler Foundation. It's a big job she has.
A great foundation.
On top of her daytime job.
Did you throw 9.5? Yeah?
Tonight.
Same weight, 9.5.
Yeah. The Everest function here will also be raising funds for that Schmirler Foundation.
Oh,
so
that's great.
and
I wonder if Janet Murphy knows that.
Yeah, you'll find it almost all the curling events. You know, Sandra Schmirler Foundation, near and dear to everyone's heart. So Alberta with a chance to raise this tight guard into the pile, maybe get rid of a couple rocks. No, doesn't really want to leave this here if she can catch that outside
we got
one.
a couple here.
So runs back to double, rolls them all out of
Nice shot.
the way, but
Works.
I think Red is sitting second
Ontario
shot,
is shot. Alberta's second.
Yeah.
And third rock belonging to Ontario. So
Okay, that's looking a lot better for Alberta
Opens
than it
up
was
the
a
middle.
few minutes ago.
maybe a tough removal of that top yellow, but it is guarding their the yellow shot rock around the back. John Rizzo maybe looking to come around the wide side and sit two here. Still got 4 rocks left in this end.
And they have about 5 minutes in time. Oh, Ontario has a little more. They have 7.
And I think they both still have their timeouts.
They do.
Okay.
So, as I said, I think we've seen some team here throw, what was it, 6 rocks in the matter of like 30 seconds.
That's right.
So if you really have to, your front end can be ready in the hack and fire out there.
I'd like to bite the board.
And we haven't seen the ladies really have an issue with it. We've seen a few
It's those
men's
guys.
teams. It's those
always
guys.
those guys. Yeah.
Well, they use all their time. They
Couple
make sure
seconds.
They use their time.
Half a second.
Yeah.
This has to bite the board.
Well, that's what it's there for.
We just like to use all the time. However, our team, we have lots of time. We're pretty quick.
Yeah.
So Joanne Rizzo here with her first rock, needing to steal here. Sitting one, coming around center guard.
Okay, we haven't
Stop
played
the
out
line.
here for a while.
Yeah,
Been
changing
playing the other
sides.
side of the sheet.
Well, we'll see if this
This
one glides. These have been gliding.
I just wasn't sure.
No, no,
Keeping it clean.
Yeah.
14-5, no.
Here comes the finish. So the weight should come down and carve in here pretty good.
No, no, no.
want to go too deep.
Nice shot.
Tina's ready to go. Sweeps it back behind the tee line. Pretty much buried, only a little bit of it showing.
Yeah.
And she
Tina's gonna
didn't
put her
waste
brim
any
down.
time. She tapped.
Gonna draw
I'm
to
freezing
it.
this.
Yeah. I'm getting out of here.
3 up, and she's freezing. You know, we saw that earlier. She wasn't afraid to come around and play some quiet taps and stuff.
Okay, let's freeze to it and be shot. Be careful, it's not going to curl a ton.
She can just come around and tap that out of the 4 foot, roll away, and Ontario would still be sitting just the 1.
Yeah, 15.
15, I think will be good.
Yeah.
Here.
But a freeze isn't bad because she does have last rock.
Right on the button.
Right.
Make sure it doesn't cross that.
So she might need this for her next shot as well. If she,
Right.
So playing just a freeze, trying to get the line and weight here. Tina Ford Johnson with her first rock in the 7th end.
Taylor Ware. Whoa!
We have Sherry Pickering and
Well, they're
Corey
saying
Morris on
top
the
8,
sweep.
so it might need it for weight.
Oh,
Got
T-line. T-line, and it's got the room. Here it comes. It should walk in there pretty good, especially if it's just got T-line weight. So they tap it, stay shot, but it does give Ontario a little bit of an opportunity to tap that out, roll under, and have them all
You know-
guarded and sitting 3.
You're thinking that, but with a little more weight, it stays straight. And I don't know if you can get.
It has to be just about a perfect back 4 foot execution. You're not going to be able to remove that red rock.
I
Not
don't
that
think
she-
you are.
Not that she has to.
Super risky.
There's another shot to sit for that they just looked at.
Okay.
She said it was super risky.
Draw here?
Well, she's kind of in a super risky situation here.
She's 3 down.
That's for 1.
I know.
This with a well-made shot.
And the one shot they were looking at was this yellow into the red, moving that out, coming off of this yellow with her shooter, taking this one out, and sitting one there, and these 2.
Throw that, get it through to here, wait.
I think she's going to like to just play the shot that she just tried. Try to get across the face a little bit. Move this one out over here. Sit right there.
No, you're right. Yeah, she hit it high side.
Well, I think the other
Sit 3,
shot looks a little
buried.
juicy.
No, just back 8.
Okay, back 8. Okay.
I think if she needed 4 for the win, she'd have
She'd
to be
play
playing that one.
True.
Trying to steal a couple here.
Put the
Maybe-
pressure on
And sit 3
and come home.
and hope that,
Tied
you
up.
know, and I think Joanne's hoping that maybe Lori or Tina will return the favor for her because we have seen these draws on the wide side.
Well, I think if she does this shot perfect, then Tina has the draw, the in-turn draw.
Right, with some backing to come through that
She was
hole,
already
so.
over there looking at eyeing it up. She knows what she has to do.
And we've seen she's not afraid to throw a draw. She's been very close on everything. So big shot here for Joanne Rizzo. Last shot in the 7th end in our gold medal match. Looking to come around the guard, tap the red, and sit 3.
Back line.
Sweeping early. I think she's good for the guard here. They think they actually need this to come up a bit. She's really closing hard now. She
Oh,
squeaks
good
by the
sweep.
guard. Straight still.
What a great
Holds it,
shot.
Taps it out. Rolls in behind, buried.
Draw right here.
1, 2, 3 yellows right now.
Here, even if we're second, better to be there, right?
All right.
Okay, so is that
So now Tina, with her last rock, I don't think we've seen this coming.
No.
Needing a draw against 3, needs a piece of the button here. She indicated she could come off that yellow a little bit, so.
She was eyeing this shot, so she's been thinking about it for a while.
So,
okay, let's get on the button.
so
here.
big shot here for Alberta. This could be a winner here. Or we could be
This one was a little
having
bit
a
heavy.
real exciting 8th end.
8th end.
Stay there and then get to the button.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's watch the line.
If she makes it, it's over.
So Tina Ford Johnson with a draw to the button. For Alberta,
I'm late. All the way. You gotta go.
She thinks
All
she's
the way.
light.
All the way.
she calls late
Gotta
early.
go.
The sweepers are head down on this one.
Take a look.
They're going all the way. They're not even looking up.
Well, they're saying
The
T-line.
line is good.
Gotta be close.
Where is it? Line. Back
15-4 is what I got on my clock, and that should be close to the T-line.
Uh-oh.
Did they overcook this? No. Squeaks by the top.
Shot.
Hits the back one, rolls off. A steal of one, looks like, for Ontario. So pretty good shot there for Tina
I know,
Ford
she thought
Johnston.
she was light, and she was telling the
sweepers went down, and actually the sweepers made that wake call as they were sweeping down, letting them know that they had enough. And I think had she touched that top one, she might have given up a little bit more, but it just squeaked by. So steal of one for Ontario. They sneak back in a little bit, down 5-3.
Coming
and we'll
home.
be back with some 8th end action.
Curling means so much to our family. Obviously, it's a big part of our life. Isabella always says that she wants to be an Olympic champion curler when she grows up, which just melts my heart. But it also has shown them that if you work hard, anything is possible. If I was to ask them if they wanted to chase a dream, they believe that anything is possible as long as they put the work in, and it's because of watching us on the ice.
Everest is here to support you in the moments that matter. Learn how at everestfuneral.ca.
It takes passion and a whole lot of dedication to meet Cavendish Farms' high standards. To become an epic late-night snack. Part of the ultimate breakfast. And the dinner crew crowd pleaser. From Canada's favorite French fries to onion rings, hash browns, and potato tots, Canadians can count on Cavendish Farms to serve top quality every time. Cavendish Farms. Made our way, enjoy your way.
And welcome back, everyone, for what may be our last break. We'll have to check on that. To the Everest Senior Curling Championships, brought to you. Oh, we're here in Moncton.
I know.
And we're here in the Curl Moncton Curling
finish.
Club. And what could have been an easy finish to the game here. There was a lot of rocks in play. Ontario stealing one, creeping back into this game. Alberta still with hammer in the 8th end, up 5-3 now. And an update on our bronze medal game. We did have a steal of one for Nova Scotia. Or no,
Yep,
is
you're
that
right.
what it was?
They just didn't put it up.
Okay.
But the final score is 7-4, so, or the after 7 ends.
Okay.
There it
7-4, there it is. Okay, 7-4, Nova Scotia. Quebec needing a 3-ender in that game to carry that one on for a bronze medal. Our feature game here, we do have Ontario with a center guard right at the peak of the Everest Mountain.
Get it by that one.
That is the peak.
Alberta has one in the back 8 foot. So Ontario just trying to throw up the double guard. Needing to steal 2 here.
She's got her 2 guards.
The double guard both on the center line. Nothing Tina can do with those 2 right now. So I think she's trying to come around those into the top 4 foot and maybe block Ontario from getting in there. And then I think she's going to move to the top of the house. But I thought that last end that she might start clearing some guards.
Earlier.
Yeah.
She didn't, and it kind of got her in trouble.
Yeah, she elected to play the one in the house and left Ontario with sitting a pile of rocks again. Some great shots by the Joanne Rizzo team to make her have to make that last one. So
curling on her.
They're going to get by both
It's a little
guards.
light.
Yeah, they don't want to move that off the line or it's going to go back, and they do.
It's
So-
up to you, you want it to. Then this comes off,
Jeez.
right?
Yeah. So she
You'd
puts that one
think that
back.
she would want to leave that and leave that other guard there too.
She
The
could
more
have
the
left. She
merrier,
could have left
right?
them all in play, but these 2 yellows are perfectly in line.
We're pretty perfect, yeah.
Yeah, and if she can get 2 more in behind there. So that is Joanne's option on that one. She elected to put it back and take that Alberta stone off.
Okay, cleaning my mess, you guys. We jinxed it.
Oh, don't say that.
So Lori Eddy with her first stone here in the 8th end. Now with a couple of nice center guards.
Looks like it's sailing.
Trying to come around.
Only, it's coming down. No,
It's out in the good
you can't,
side.
though, you can't. It's not even burying.
Okay.
No curl. She does have the Alberta stone in the very back to stop this one. It won't get that far.
Yeah.
Yep. Get
Trying to
back.
finish it up
Yep,
now to
yep,
bury
yep.
some.
Hard.
I think Atina's going to ignore that. Maybe peel the guards off.
Good shot. All right, Sherry.
Okay, we're gonna peel this.
Yeah.
Just a regular 9.5's good. 9.5.
So just regular peel.
She's peeling this side. If she does get a little wide there, she can get the back one or get the one in the house.
So
Get
Sherry,
something.
Sherry Pickering, yeah.
Really hard.
Get rid of a yellow and roll out of the play.
Hard.
They're on this one.
Really hard.
Doesn't want to stick around on this one.
Oh no.
She's gonna run it back into the other one. Maybe get a double peel that way.
That works, Sherry.
Nice shot, Sherry.
That's
And
good.
she does. She
That was okay.
moved too off of the center line. Left hers there though.
Like a 2.5.
Yep.
So a few rocks for Joanne to work with here. Needing the steal. Sitting one, coming around a guard. So Lori Eddy here with her last rock in the 8th end. Our gold medal match.
2.5. Mine's good.
You know, this just shows that if you you're down in a game and with this free guard zone, you need the guards. You make some shots, and look what happens. All of a sudden, they're only down 2 points coming home.
You can come back.
The opportunity's there.
Yep. So
And they're sitting good. They've got 2 guards. They've got a rock on the button behind it.
she came up a little light on this one, and that's going to give Alberta a chance to get rid of a couple guards and roll out here. So
Right against the rock.
critical shot here for Alberta to open everything up and make life a little bit easier for the back end as we get into
Beautiful.
the final stones of this end. So Sherry Pickering just trying to hit about a third of this rock, come over the high side and get rid of the yellow.
I think she's a little tight on this too.
This is curling up, so Tina's got to make a adjustment.
We might still have it. Go, 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 go. Okay.
Okay, so
Same thing.
gets a double peel, leaves a center guard. Ontario's going to come around with another guard here again. Still has time before she has to come into the house. Maybe a little nerves on the Alberta team here. They're making some shots, but not the called ones.
Right.
So good job by Tina
What you want to do
to
is flash that rock.
yeah.
So if anything, you want to be inside, right? So
Yeah, and you could hear Tina orchestrate the change in the call, trying to get the most out of what she's got when it comes down.
Like real tight.
well done. We are in the 8th end here in the final rocks. And is there anybody else that we need to thank or?
I should thank you.
It's coming right in.
Thank you, Penny. Give me a
Thanks,
hand here.
Dan.
Keep going, Laura. Good.
It was a pleasure working with you.
And you. And we are going to be wrapping up here so we can get to the banquet after this is over. The girls will have their, I guess, medal ceremony, trophy presentation.
Let's go this way.
And yeah, big thanks to the IKS live people.
In the trailer, or back.
All the guys in the trailer. I think a couple of them from Saskatchewan are going to be looking to try to maybe get on that team.
The Bryden
as an
team,
alternate.
yeah, as an alternate.
Yeah.
They didn't have an alternate.
So thank you guys, and I know that they're doing some more events going forward here. Good bunch of guys, do a good job.
Hard.
So Shannon Morris trying to peel her guard out of here. Really want to open up this front for
Corey.
later in the end.
Sherry, watch that rock.
Yep,
There we go.
they're sweeping
She's
out.
on it.
Nice. Good shot. Way to go.
The guard.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few guards,
Rizzo is
a few
sitting
guards and
2
a
in
few
the house.
peels, and then it'll be interesting to see maybe
What
if
happens?
what Joanne does with her very last one. But Ontario sitting in a good position here right now.
They are sitting very well.
2 all in one in the line, so 1 guard will cover both those rocks. So
And they've thrown this a few times, so we'll see what happens. 2, that means it's on the Everest mountain.
Easy.
1.5.
Yes. Yes, drag it. Yes.
just trying to get it just a little off the center, put a perfect guard on these ones.
Hard.
The line is critical,
Okay. What?
and it's well done. Perfectly guarded.
It's a little high.
A little high, but you know what? The line is so good on it. Tina, just make this go away.
Okay. Hey, you got it, Shannon. I might.
So our bronze medal game is pretty much at the same pace as our game, having the same amount of rocks left. Plenty of time on the clock for both teams here still.
Clean. Yep.
They've had to do a lot of sweeping on these peels. Nothing on the wide side, but perfect execution, good sweeping. Everybody getting involved on these peels. Rolls that out of play pretty much. I don't think those are ever coming into play.
We're down to Skip's Rocks.
Yeah, so when do you make your move here, Penny? Okay.
Just wanted to talk out the next
So Ontario, with 3 minutes here, they're not just going to talk about this shot on this timeout. They're going to try to talk about both
2 shots.
Yes.
How do they want to end up this game?
Yeah.
Yes.
We do this, you do this. We should maybe listen to the coaches come out there for them.
And see if we can pick them up.
Okay.
They're very quiet.
They don't want us to hear.
Yeah.
Their coach is
Yeah. Do you think
Daryl Nolan, and he was earlier in the week. He had coached his 200th game. It's not with this team.
I think we just cheat
he's
the guard a little
big coach and hooked up with Joanne Rizzo and has done an amazing job.
Yeah, I think they had a little celebration with their team on this.
They did.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So I'll be, looking forward to seeing how they want to play this. Do you guard once?
I think you guard once.
I kind of like that. Guard
And
once.
the second one, you make
tap.
sure you,
Maybe you tap and you try to maybe leave a lineup that maybe it'll catch on that back red.
Yep.
So Ontario's hitting 2. They haven't even given us any indication. We're going blind into here. We couldn't hear really what their plan was for these next 2.
But they have a plan.
The clock is starting again. They do have 3 minutes and 12 seconds left. Alberta with 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
And a timeout for Alberta.
Alberta, yep. So 2 rocks to come. Should be plenty of time unless there's a lot of consulting coming on. So there's your clocks up in the corner. You can follow along with us on that.
Hold on. Yeah, I see it.
So taking some time, clearing it. Make sure the last thing you want to have happen here is get some debris in the way. So you clear the path, you clear a little bit of the running surface, keep your brooms down. So Joanne Rizzo with her first rock in the 8th end, needing a steal of 2, sitting 2 and guarding.
2.5. Okay. Yep.
What did they say? 2.5?
2.5 is a tight guard. This one didn't get out there very wide. They're going to need this one to run down the center line for a while.
Whoa! It just got to stop. It just got to stop, Lori.
Yeah.
No.
So it's just got to stop. She's cleaning to make sure it doesn't grab anything more.
It's a 2.
And it's curling up.
Good.
Right in the Everest logo again. And that's a good enough guard.
Well, she's going to play the tap here, right?
Yeah.
If she does this. What do you think? We don't have a lot of time left, so let's peel it.
You got 2 minutes.
Do you like
And
the
a timeout.
peel, girls?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you know what? When Ontario had their timeout, I'm sure Alberta was discussing, okay, they're going to put the guard up. What are we going to do if it's a good guard? Do this. So without the timeout, they were utilizing actually Ontario's timeout.
We don't have a lot of time,
right.
So
She wants as much time as she can for her last rock,
I think you ladies like to have a lot more time on the clock. Us guys, we're okay with having just seconds.
Apparently.
Yeah. I think I see it more often in the men's. So Tina for Johnston with her first rock.
Hard, Sherry.
The 8th end, just looking for a peel.
Hard, Sherry. Hard.
Team's on this hard. They're holding it on the line. Want to roll this away. It's a good piece of it, but leaves it
She almost got
just
the back
off the
one.
line. So that kind of,
She doesn't have that draw anymore.
it doesn't really get in the way of her draw if she has to the forefoot. She did open up those 2 yellows.
She doesn't really have, but it's not hard to outdraw that one.
You got 2 minutes.
It's not hard to outdraw that one if we're not sitting another one in the rings, right? And she just has to outdraw one.
That's what Daryl wanted.
Come to it though, right?
What did Daryl want?
I don't know what you guys like.
Tell us.
If anybody's got something to say it now.
No.
You like back here?
That's what Daryl said to do. And
So the coach said, this is what we're doing. So they had a plan. They're sticking to it. I think they're playing this with back 8-foot weight.
The only other shot is we go here ourselves.
It's interesting because Joanne really hasn't
We try and make
Well,
Given any input
and
here.
you know what? When they were discussing those two shots in their timeout, this red rock wasn't there. So they changed the shot without Joanne actually going down there.
Be in the forefoot, girls.
Still a minute and a half of time left here, so change of gears. And you know what? This is going to still leave Alberta with a wide open hit, and they can probably get rid of it unless they jam that back. This,
Do you like this shot, Dan?
I don't think it would have been my first choice. So this is totally different from what they've been playing the whole end, changing the turn. So Joanne Rizzo with her last rock in the 8th end, sitting 2, throwing to lie 3.
That's a lot, Lori. Lot.
So she's trying to put this top 4
Yeah,
foot.
and she's hanging out on that 4-foot line. That the speed holds up out there.
It's heavy.
You got a time? Oh, it's heavy.
This is deep.
1388.
This is deep.
Going through.
You know, and I don't know if it's changing the mind, going against what the coach wanted.
Is that what the coach wanted? Was them to come down there?
I thought they were talking that Daryl wanted them to come in and tap that, but that red guard wasn't up there before that, and you know they just eyed that other shot. So
and it wasn't Joanne that was eyeing that shot.
no, she didn't come down to this end to
she didn't
discuss
come and
it.
talk
So
it anymore because they do have 2 minutes, but you know.
yeah. So before
What did
Tina
Joanne
Ford
want?
Johnston throws her last rocker, we do have a final on our bronze medal game. Quebec did score in the 8th end, however, not enough. Nova Scotia winning the bronze medal by a score of 7-5 over Quebec.
Just be careful.
And on our gold medal
Feels
match,
here too,
Tina
okay?
Ford Johnston with her last shot here.
Nice and easy.
Ontario sitting 2, needing to steal 2, but an open hit. She needs to eliminate one of these rocks.
Make it go away. 9.5.
So throwing a regular hit.
Sherry,
Just keep
Sherry,
it clean.
Hard, Sherry, hard. Woo,
Yep.
straight.
Yep.
Oh, you're okay.
Half a rock, anything on it looks good.
Girl.
And that is your gold medal win right there. All smiles for Alberta. They gave up a steal of 1, but that's not enough for Ontario. Alberta comes out with the victory and the gold medal, 5-4 over Ontario. And on behalf of
Congratulations,
Everest
Alberta.
and everyone at Everest, thank you, Penny. Penny
you,
Shantz,
Dan.
Dan Holowaychik, and we're signing off for this
We're
event.
done.
Thank you very much, folks. And if you want, go to the website, youtube.com/Curling Canada, and you can watch all the games. And if you missed any shot, they're all there for you. Thank you, everyone, once again.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.